What's up, good people? It is your boy, Justin Strickland, and I'm back, man. I took a little bit of holiday break, man. Nate was in Vegas kicking it. That's the real truth. No, I'm just playing. No, I took a little holiday break, man. Spent some time with the family. We back to close the year, and I got my brethren in the building, man. One of my best friends, man. We've been rocking for almost a decade now, the way we met, everything it was just God's timing, and so I'm super grateful to have him in my life as a brother, and I think he has something really important to say. I think he's lived a crazy dope life. And when we talk about leadership, he has a ton of leadership experience. And so I'm going to introduce him in 1 second, but I want to make sure you know while you're here, this is the Ladder Podcast. What we do here is we talk about leadership, politics, sports, religion, life. Leadership impacts us in a lot of different ways. And so what we want to do on the Ladder is to make sure you are the best leader you could possibly be. And so wherever you are right now, it's okay. You can get better because leadership is a skill. It's something you learn, something that you get reps in at, that one day you look up and you're like, man, I'm a better leader and my life and the people's lives around me is better because of it. And so my guy I brought in, he lives this. He has lived this true. And so that's why he's here today to have this conversation. So without further ado, I want to introduce my guy, LeAnthony Johnson, the sixth. No, he's not the sixth. He's not the sixth. Are you a junior or the second?
I'm nothing.
But baby boy is a junior.
Yes.
Okay. All right. What's up, bro?
Jizzle, what's up, man?
Man, how you doing, man?
It's been a long time, man. I know. About time.
It's,
I know. I always ask him. When we get on the podcast.
he has been resilient and persistent. Like, hey, fam.
It's been
What's
about
up?
a year. Been a year or two. I'm like, okay. I don't know when it's gonna happen.
This is the thing, man. Like, you have such a wealth of knowledge.
Okay.
That I had to build the platform up so that it could support someone of your stature. And so we almost 100 episodes in. We ready. We are worthy of your presence.
I'm humble, man. That's too much pressure, man. Don't put all that on me, man. I'm just an OG out here.
So no, man. I always like to say, man, before we jump into everything about your life, about your leadership, man, what's 3 things people should know about you before we get the episode rolling?
Wow, that's a great question. Father, Christian, husband.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, I love that. I love that, man. Some hats you be wearing.
Yeah.
No, that's cool, man. And so, man, I would love. There's a few things I want to talk about today because you are a leader in a lot of different areas. But where I would love to start is your journey in corporate. And I want to start there because I don't have a lot of corporate friends because I'm just a Wyandotte cat, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the city, man. We ain't got a lot of corporate amigos. But you were like honestly one of the first people I knew who worked in corporate, who was successful and like who has had like a ton of who has really ran that ladder and ran that race. What drew you to that to working in corporate, and what has led to you being successful over 15, 20 years?
Man, that's a great question. So I just to be honest, I keep it real, it's the money. So I didn't start off with the money in there but that was always the facade. Like,
Gotcha.
Corporate, get to the money or whatever. So just right out of school, I jumped into it, and it was opposite of what I expected.
Interesting.
So I mean, the money don't come right away, and, and the politics of it. So I got into corporate 2007.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's almost been 20 years.
Yeah, so it was a minute. So I'm young, I'm immature.
Yeah.
I was working weekends.
In corporate?
Yes.
See, I feel like that's supposed to be the good part of corporate. You're supposed to have Saturday and Sunday off.
No, so you got to realize there's different areas in corporate. So I was more in the data entry part of corporate. So this was still in Lawrence when I was still going to KU.
Got you.
So that was interesting.
Yeah.
Because I didn't care.
Yeah.
I mean, I can give you a good example of how much of I don't know what word to say, but we all had desks.
Yeah.
And I thought it was appropriate to put up like bikini pictures as my wallpaper. I'm thinking it's cool.
You had the high school boy wall at the office. Yeah, Vivica in the swimsuit edition. Like, man, she need to motivate me to get this data in.
I got that tap like, hey,
fam.
you need to take that. I didn't know what I was getting into. I'm just thinking like,
no, like this is my space.
Yeah.
This is what I like.
Yeah. So, but I always did good work. So,
yeah.
I didn't deal with a lot of the politics during that time because it was just more data entry.
Yeah.
But I think as I started getting more serious in my career, I ended up switching to their other office that was downtown. So that's when we was ready to make the move from Lawrence to KC. So I was downtown, Knife and Broadway, and that's when it got a little bit more serious.
Gotcha.
We started having clients, all that good stuff, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. I liked it from because my work ethic showed, but the bad thing about it was the politics kicked in.
Yeah.
So it's like you started seeing like all of the stuff involving race, you know, at the end of the day. Like, so I'm watching me put in work, people giving me, you know, props like, hey, you're doing a great job. Reviews are going great. Yeah. But then I'm watching people come in that's been there half the time go up.
Yeah.
So that was the toughest part, man. And it was just like, it was eye opening. I mean, it even got to a point where I was trying to move, lateral move.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let me do it because they was like, we need you over here. I was like, I'm trying to get out of this area.
Get out of it. Yeah.
And they were like, no,
do something different.
Yeah. So they was blocking it. Tough.
And so, but as you're dealing with the politics, like, what allowed you to be like, man, what allowed you to not be like, man, forget this and go, you know what I'm saying? Desk flip, knock this off, you know what I mean? Like, kick the chair, I'm out. I'm figuring something out. Like, what kept you being like, man, I'm gonna just put my head down, I'm gonna do the work, and my time will come.
Starting a family young. So I had, at that point, so when we moved to KC Mo and I transferred to that area, I wasn't married yet, but we had LeAnthony at the time. So she may have been like a couple months or even going on a year. So at that point I was like, okay, I can't just move around like that. And I was seeing other people move, like leave the company and stuff. I didn't know where they was going. So, and I think that goes back to like
going into the abyss. Yeah.
And I think that's part of white privilege because we wasn't moving like that. Yeah. We were like, we got to stay here.
Because it's a good job.
Yeah. But I seen other people of different races moving and I'm like, that's because you got people saying like, hey, I can get you on over here or I can do this. So, I kind of, at a point, I felt like I got stuck and then I got promoted into management and then things kind of change. Yeah. But I think you just kind of get to a point where it's just like, okay, it's time for a different move. And that's kind of where I left off with that company. But it gave me so much knowledge. I was there from 2007 to 2019. Yeah. So
that's a long. I ain't never been nowhere for a decade. Only I did for a decade is be a husband. I ain't never worked nowhere. Or that's dope, man. That's really cool. And do you feel like even in corporate, like on the politics and stuff, that there was like that it helped improve you as a leader? And if so, what do you think you learned in that area?
No, it did because I think I got like a tough skin when it comes to those things. So as I was dealing with all the nuances with that job, but I knew I wasn't going anywhere. I was like, okay, how do I keep batting this stuff down and keep getting better? So I remember I used to have this conversation with Alyssa all the time. Like, I'm going to just use this knowledge to build on what I want to do in the future. Gotcha. So even though I'm putting up with some of the stuff I don't like, I'm going to just keep stacking on that knowledge, keep stacking on the experience. And really, all of that experience is what got me in the door of my current company now. Because they was looking at that like, oh, you did this, you did that? Okay, you can come in, you can come over here. Yeah,
like, because you actually like kind of left your first corporate job and you got promoted from the outside. Yeah. Which I think is something that I am trying to fully grasp. But like that is honestly how the game works. Yeah. No. It's like other companies will reward you for what you do in that other company. Yeah. And so because I feel like that's a lot of times why sometimes we don't see the success that we could is because we're like, man, we what we got here is stable. I get it. I know it. It might be some, but it might be some BS, but it's my BS. Yeah. And I know these people, whatever. If I go on over there, I don't know what's gonna be over there. Even though it looks sweet, even though it sound cool, like, man, I don't know. And so we kind of let fear or doubt kind of keep us from taking that jump. Like I got a one boy I went to college with, and he does loss prevention. Like, he catch people stealing. It's actually pretty funny when he be talking about it. But like, he used to work for Kohl's, and they wouldn't promote him. So then he went and worked for a different company, and then the promotion that he wanted at Kohl's opened back up, and they brought him back at a higher price than he wanted the first time. And he was like, yeah, like, he's like, I knew that was gonna happen. That's why I left. And I'm like, nah, that's crazy. Like, that's a whole different game. And so you're stacking these skills, which is something that is amazing. I think a lot of times we underestimate the importance of, this ain't my final destination, but it's something I can learn here that can help me. And too often we're like, this ain't my final destination, so this don't matter.
Right.
But it all matters, because it all culminates to moving you towards where you want to go. And so when you get to your new company, you come with all these skills. How easy is it for you to see yourself as a leader? And how easy was it to kind of get acclimated to this new environment?
Man, it was pretty easy because they really wanted me to go into management right off the bat. And I told them, like, nah, I'm cool because of what I dealt with. I mean, I had 13 people underneath my
back.
I was about to fight one of the people.
Bro.
So it was getting crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, this is not the environment for me.
Yeah.
But I think you hit on something that was really important, stacking those skills. So I did use those skills to get into the door of the company I'm with now. And it's funny because you gotta have faith, you know, you got to step out and just believe that God got you. So when I interviewed for this position, so long story short, I had applied for it like 6 months prior to getting the interview.
Wow.
So I forgot about it.
Like, yeah.
So
whatever.
I'm moving into the house that we're in now, and I get the call, which is random, and I just happen to answer it, and they're like, oh, you know, are you still interested in this position? I'm faking the phone, like, oh yeah, but really I forgot. I didn't know what the lady
what they even talking about. Like, yeah, sure. I mean, yeah. Money, I'll do it. Yeah, talk to
So
it.
she gave me all the details and stuff, and Alyssa, and I know I keep mentioning Alyssa, that's my wife.
Yeah, I was waiting for the contact because I know who Alyssa is.
My beautiful wife.
Yeah.
So she thought it was a scam. She thought it was like
That's why black people don't be getting jobs either. We assume everything a scam, bro. They pay what? Man, that's a scam.
She was like, nah, I wouldn't do that. And I'm just like, I was like, I remember applying for this, but it's still, it's been a while. It's been a while. So she's just like, I don't think you should do it. So I remember pulling up to the building, and this was in our old office, and I mean, it was a pretty cool, normal environment. They had a receptionist, like, and this is how I knew it was legit. What you want to drink? We got this. And I'm like, oh, y'all got options.
It's more than just a little bottle of water.
Yeah. So I remember doing an interview, and, you know, the rewarding thing was like everything that I built upon at my old job was all coming through in the interview. So I was just knocking the questions down. Plus, I interview well. So, so I'm just knocking the questions down. And then it was just from there, it was just like, okay, you in the door, you know. Also, that I knew it was another step in the right direction. I got a chance to negotiate my salary, and that was new.
Yeah.
So
that's my favorite part about corporate.
Man,
you send me over, I send it back. Yeah. Let me write a number on a napkin. That's my price.
And you know what? You know what's crazy? I give kudos to the generation of young kids during that time. That was probably fresh, like in college, on their way out, because they. And I interviewed, and the kids are crazy. Yeah. I mean, I had a guy ask me, like, do you know the CEO? Will I be able to talk to him? I'm just like,
huh? No. You data entry. The CEO don't know you.
But the way that they ask questions, the way that they move, the way that they job hop, it made the job landscape competitive.
It did.
So now when jobs are interviewing, they're like, okay, if that's really a good fit, I might have to lock him in because somebody else may snatch him up. So that's just the atmosphere for it. So it worked in my favor. I was able to negotiate my salary, which was crazy. And I probably still lowball myself just because you get into that mindset where it's like, okay,
I don't want to say too much.
Yeah, I can't go too high and they can be like, nah, we cool. You know, so, but yeah, man, that's how it worked. And then from there, man, they, like I told you, I batted down being a manager because I was like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
And their job interviewing process is so legit, so thorough, and I was watching it in real time, and then they were just like, hey, we really need somebody to be a manager.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I accepted it, because what was going to happen was they was going to bring somebody fresh off the street, and then they would have been my manager.
Yep.
And then
And you would have been mad.
Yeah. And I've seen people lead a company
100%,
like that. So so I accepted it, and I've been a manager since 2021, 2020, something like that.
Wow.
So
no, that's dope. That's super dope. And do you feel like going through this corporate journey, like why do you think so many people burn out or fail? Because I think that's something I see on the internet often. It's like, man, I left corporate. Why I left corporate, or I'm never going back to But watching you and watching like how it's blessed you and blessed your family and just been a part of who you are. Why do you think so many people just miss it?
Man, that's a loaded question, and the reason why is because I think the politics is the biggest reason, and it's almost like a wolf in sheep's skin, because like they'll present everything and make everything look sweet and great, and then on the back end they doing all this type of crazy stuff. So just to give you an example, like in my job, it's within my department per se. It's easy to kind of like, if no one's in that role that you want, you create the job description and then you get it,
Gotcha.
Like you can be doing good work and then like you want to move into a position, but they try to capitalize, because at the end of the day, it's still a business.
Yeah,
so
they're trying to get more out of you for less money.
Yeah, so I mean, I found myself, doing a lot more than what my role entailed. Yeah. But the way that they'll get you is they'll be like, well, you got to show me that you can do those things to get into that role. Yeah, but it's a fine line. So I'm all for like being able to demonstrate the ability to go above and beyond.
Yeah, but at a certain point.
Yeah, at a certain point, it's like, okay, am I going to go over that line, or what we doing? Yeah. So I think if you don't got a good grasp on that, you can get burnt out, because then you feel like, oh, I'm being played, or you may watch somebody come in and get that role, and it's like, wow, oh, y'all didn't consider me, So I see that a lot with that. COVID definitely changed the landscape.
How so?
Working from home.
Come on now, WFH, baby.
That's a big deal. Yeah. I mean, it's to the point where, people are looking directly for remote jobs. Yeah. So it's like, if I can't work from home, then I'm not fooling with you.
Which is just a crazy thing, but it's so dope. Yeah. It's so dope. So and what do you feel like work from home has done to the corporate environment? Because now everybody's not in cubicles no more.
Yeah. No, I think it's been good and bad. From a good perspective, it allowed companies to save money on space. So I've seen people downgrade on their overhead, on their overhead. The bad thing about it is that you get people that's so comfortable with it that some people, it does decrease productivity, but in other cases it has boosted it a lot. So I will say it's more on that end. Yeah. But I mean, you get people that's just like, now they're just like, I don't want to come in the office at all. You know what I mean? So, and it's like some jobs try to promote like, come in at least 3 days or come in 2 days. Yeah. But you got people not even wanting to do that. I've seen people leave like, okay, if I got to come in, then I'm going elsewhere. Something else out. Yeah. So, I mean, that is kind of the tough part. And then also too, from a Zoom meeting, it's hard to kind of build those bonds with people. So I got a lot of new people in my company that I've seen on meetings and stuff, but I don't know who they are. Yeah. So like, you prejudge like, oh, they may act this way based off of email or based off Teams, but you really don't know, so it does take that away. I will say, when I was in the office full time, like having that, the relationship with people, just because you've seen them, you're interacting with, is way different from helping somebody through Teams.
100%. Yeah. No, that's good. So as a manager, which setting do you think is more productive for leadership, remote or in person?
Wow, that's a great question. I think from a leadership perspective, I would say in person. Gotcha. And the only reason why is that there's certain qualities of an effective and a good leader that has to be shown in person. It's hard to kind of convey those things in a Teams message. So for example, I find myself always having to kind of backtrack and be like, hey, like, I didn't mean to come off like that. My tone may have been too aggressive, or maybe I was too passive. I didn't say nothing. It's like when I can see that person in person, I can deal with it.
Yeah.
But when it's in Teams or Zoom, it's kind of difficult to convey like those leadership qualities, because everything's just over video.
Yeah.
So I would say, in leadership is more productive to be in person, because you can kind of they can hear your voice. You can look somebody in their eyes. Now you could do it on a
Zoom,
but they can look away. It may be a deep fake. It may be AI,
Yeah, no, for real. No, that's true. I honestly think that one of the reasons like remote is like really impacting corporate or jobs in general, and like especially like mid-level managers and things like that, is all the tools that they have to lead well don't work via Zoom.
Right.
Like walking by somebody's desk or talking to them at the water cooler or, like having a on-call meeting, everybody come around the table. Those are all the tools they have.
Right.
And like you said, you can't come to somebody's desk on Teams. You know what I mean? Like it ain't the same impact. And so I definitely think it's a different set of skills. And there's a lot of people that don't have them.
Yeah.
But they're forced to do jobs that require them. And so it's just been interesting for me, like to watch, and I'm talking to people in different positions, especially remote, and it's like, man, we trying. Like we trying to figure this out. Like it's a whole new generation of leadership that's required, and we don't have the answer yet. Yeah. So that it's really interesting that you like are at the forefront of that, and then having been in both instances, like it was better in person.
Yeah, no, absolutely. From a leadership perspective, now from a worker perspective,
it's way better than career.
Yeah,
that's the tension. That's the tension. That's the hard part. But no, I feel that.
Yeah,
because I'm the same. Like I've never ever worked a job where I had to be there at a certain time and leave at a certain time.
I know. I know you.
All right, man. I tried twice. Let me say this. Not never, but I tried twice. And I never made it past the summer. They both were in the summer at completely different points in my life.
What jobs we talking about?
So my first one was I was a telemarketer for Geico, but I did surveys. So I didn't work. This was the problem. I didn't work for Geico, but I called and did surveys for Geico. So everybody used to be like, man, you messed up my rental. I'm like, highly satisfied, less satisfied. I can't give you a money back.
I'm not Geico.
Bro, I'm in the cubicle, bro. I knew it was the end when I got off a call and I went to make another call. My supervisor stopped and dialed in, and she was like, Justin, I'm like, what's up? She's like, did you fall asleep on that last call? And I was like, maybe, because I kept being like, what is he talking about? But I was probably missing parts of the conversation because I was asleep. Yeah. So that was so I didn't make it. I remember I got married. I was doing it before I got married. And I told them, I'm going to get married. I'm going on my honeymoon. They was like, cool. You got a spot when you come back? And I just never went back. Like I told my wife, I said, if you want me to be a happy husband, I can't go there. I can't go there. And then the other time was when I was working at Luther's Gym.
Okay.
We had clock in and out. So I had to clock in and out.
That's just interesting.
It was more so to track time.
Yeah.
But it was like because we had sessions at certain times. Yeah. So I did have to be there and I could leave and I had to I was terrible at it. Like the clocking in and clocking out part. Like I'm not good at it. I would forget to clock in or forget to clock out. I was terrible at it. And so, but yeah, I'm thinking hybrid, and I think I'll never have a job that's not hybrid.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I got to be able to do some of these tasks at home.
And I think that's the risk that corporations they have to offer that because they know they're going to lose out on candidates if it's not. If you ain't got Fridays from home, like 100%, something, 100%. And this is a question that nobody really has an answer for yet. But it's like, what are they going to do with these buildings? Like we got entire cities, that are built around the concept that people have to go to the office to work. Yep. And we got these massive skyscrapers that people don't need to be there to work at no more. And so it's hard. My wife's her job. They sold their whole building because it was like, man,
no one's coming. Everybody's at home. No one wants to be here. They gave away the furniture. I got a really nice office chair. We got a couple TVs. It was lit.
Yeah.
But it was like, but it was 100%. It was like, man, we just got to cut ties. Like it's a bad business model for us to keep this.
Yeah.
And so I'm interested in the next decade. Like, how do they repurpose these buildings? How many companies are able to survive and entice workers and you have to come here? Like, it's gonna be very interesting over the next decade. Like what transpires. And so no, that's dope. I want to change gears now because you are my favorite corporate worker. You know what I'm saying?
How many corporate workers you know?
Like
Might be the only
one and a half, maybe.
No.
I know somebody who half corporate. My favorite thing you do though is be a dope father and husband. And so you got started early and often. So we had 6. You got 6 babies, right? 7 kids. And so talk to me about like, what are the things that you have learned in fatherhood? And their ages, age 18, 19. 19 to 2. 1. LJ's 1.
19 to 1.
Yeah. 19 to 1. So you have 20 years, 2 decades of fatherhood. What are some of the things that you have learned? And why are you able to still do it at a great level? Because people be quitting. People daddies be quitting.
Like I was talking about that with somebody earlier.
They be quitting. They're like, man, this is hard. We was looking at your schedule. Like, daddy people like, man, I could do all this or not. And so what has made you able to maintain and be good at it? Like, you're not just someone's dad in title. Like, you are present. You are aware of what's going on. You're having tough conversations, loving on babies. Answering dumb questions. You're doing all the stuff. What has helped you maintain your longevity?
Man, that's a great question. It's tough, man, because it evolves. And I was thinking, and I knew you was going to ask me a question like this, so I was trying to prepare a good answer. But really, it's just evolution. Like, I mean, you have to be okay, especially as a Black father, to fail and learn from that and get back up and keep going. So like my parenting with LeAnthony, my 15-year-old, and I skipped over my son on purpose because we didn't start that relationship too much later. Yeah. So my parenting with her looked completely different than it does now because I was learning. I was new.
Y'all was both trying.
Yeah, we was trying. And a lot of that is like stuff that you learn from growing up, stuff that you probably seen on TV or whatever.
Yeah.
So, it was different back then, and as you keep having kids, you see the different personalities, you see where you're needed. And to be honest, when people say like, "Oh, they keep me young," I think that's very true. Like because they be saying stuff, and I be wanting to know, but I don't know because I'm like, okay, that's a TikTok
100%.
word.
Yeah.
So and then my pride ain't gonna let me, from an athletic standpoint, let them get the best of me. So
you gotta stay right. You gotta stay right.
I mean, like I had to teach Mila, and I mean, she plays basketball. I had to beat her 21-0.
Yeah, because she really thinks she was better than you.
Yeah,
that's the part that be so crazy to me. Is you really think you're better than me?
Yeah.
You have to go to practice. I haven't practiced in 20 years and I'm better than you still. So imagine how much better I am than you.
And she still thinks I'm trash.
Which is hilarious.
She said my knees don't give out. I'm just like, I don't know where you're coming up with. But so all of those different things kind of keep you on your toes. Even with my 19-year-old, like just getting those questions that are based off of situations that you went through. Like, okay. Yeah, I got this. I can answer that. So, your experience is coming to handy because you don't want to see them fail. You want to see them succeed. So, I feel like all of that keeps me going. Yeah. And then plus, from a Black father perspective, man, we got too many of us that's not doing a good job. Yeah. So it's like we see those examples and you be like, I don't want to be that. Yeah. I don't want to do that. So, I thank God for my father raising me up and being on me because I am the man that I am today because of him. So, man. But again, it's an evolution. I be failing all the time. I probably failed sometime today. I'll be messing up, bro. I mean, it's just,
It's human.
yeah, man. You might cuss him out real quick.
Yeah.
Okay,
I should.
yeah. I walk by LJ, I might push him down.
Yeah,
Like,
he didn't deserve it. No, that's fair.
Hey, the keep it, what was funny was, so Kalia wasn't supposed to be saying shut up.
Okay. All right. That's how spell. Kalia's 4.
Yeah, she's 5.
She's 5.
So
shut up is the worst word she can't say.
Yeah, because she been getting in trouble in school and stuff, so she wasn't supposed to say shut up. And I'm in the kitchen and I heard shut up. I thought it was from her, so popped her on the head real quick. They was like, it wasn't her. It was Elise. I said, oh, my bad. But here's the black parent in me. I'm like, you probably did something that didn't catch.
She don't never say shut up. So if you said something to her, you did. Yeah, I did the right thing. Yeah, I just don't know. I know what I'm doing.
But that was one of those moments, man, where you just you don't get it right. But man, they keep me on my toes, man. And even just having a big family, I always want to defy like all of the stereotypes and stuff, man. Because me and Alyssa hate this. We get approached and it's like, y'all 15,000 kids. They always make up this big
huge
stupid number.
Yeah, like y'all birthed a village.
I'm like, it's 7, and then the ones that are with me is 6.
Yeah.
So it's like, stop coming up with.
We all fit in the whip.
Yeah,
we good.
Yeah. So it's just so, but we always want to defy those stereotypes. Alyssa came from a big family. My family is, they're not big, but they're not small. Yeah. And it, even though sometimes our house is chaotic, it's a lot of love. Mm-hmm. It's dealing with all the different personalities and like I said, it just kind of keeps you on your toes. So.
Yeah, and I love being at your house. It ain't quiet, but people cartwheeling, they on TikTok, they coloring, LJ twirling. It's a great time. Yeah. I have a great time. I turn all the kids up and then go home.
Yep. And we start trying to put them to bed, and then you got people crying.
Turn everybody through Kalia in the air 16 times. It's a great time, man. I love, you said some things I don't want the people to miss, man. You said, one of the things you said, like, as a leader, as a father, you have had to evolve. Mm-hmm. I think too often leaders don't evolve. Leaders find something that works, and they just, like, I'm going to keep running the same play for the next 20 years. And it's like, nah, bro, you gotta get out that wishbone. Yeah. You gotta get out the power T, coach. Like, we gotta pass the ball some. This is a new offense, new player. And so you've allowed yourself to evolve with as you add kids, that's a different dynamic. Mm-hmm. And then as their personalities blossom, that's a different dynamic. And so dealing with all of those things, you allowed yourself to not be static. And that's definitely something that we all can learn from. Another thing, what you have just witnessed is just a piece of an interview that I got to record here on The Ladder. Now, one of the things I get to do on The Ladder is one of my favorite things to do is bring in different leaders from different areas, different walks of life, and to really talk about leadership in whatever capacity and drop some knowledge and some gems on you that you can use. Now, if you want to watch this full episode, it's not that hard, y'all. All you got to do is join Crew Excellence for less than a meal at Chick-fil-A. You can see the full interview and more on our website. And the link is in the description. Join Crew Excellence today. You'll get this full episode. You'll get Motivation Monday. You'll get exclusive merch drop. You'll get some lives. I'll do some lives where it's just us talking about leadership. And if that sounds like something you're interested in, oh man, we having a ball. And I'd love to have you over there at the Hope Institute in Crew Excellence, because I have a group of leaders that are committed to excellence. And I know you would fit right in. So I'll see you over there. And until then, enjoy this snippet of this episode and any other interviews we have here. I love you. Like you said, and until next time, peace.